Hello people, welcome back to another episode of A Night to Remember. When we left off, the party was currently in a ute with Lucy heading up to the mountains to go and try to find the Nosferatu and maybe go some bear hunting. If that goes all well, yeah. So
bear being a very loose term.
Yeah, very, very loose term. Yeah, so you're all crammed into this this vehicle. So who was shotgun? I can't remember. Who was at the front? Was it
I believe I was.
Yeah.
Lucy volunteered me.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eldon, yeah. Lucy volunteered Eldon.
That's what happened. Awesome. So yeah, you're just getting ready to leave. And as you were heading off, she asked one of you to reach into the back and pull out a bag full of guns.
Yep. And silver bullets.
Yes, and silver bullets.
Silver shotgun slugs in particular, because
Yes.
she gave us a bunch of sawn-offs.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I've got in my notes too.
Yep, and she's got an
Alright.
elephant rifle.
So I would like to look up from this bag, realizing what we're going to do, and ask Sandy and Eldon. So, are either of you still injured from the last time we went bear hunting?
I finished healing this morning. Good to go.
Glance at Sandy.
I'm full. I think. Yeah. Wait. Let me check my. Let me check my body.
That's probably important to check. Yes.
Like, touches where the scars would be.
Yep. I'm in full health, or however one wants to say it.
I have healed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm healed. I am at.
Next question. Does everyone know how to use a shotgun?
And she, Lucy just pops up. Well, it's rather simple. You just point in the general direction, pull the trigger,
When
and then
Salim asks us, I like halt. I was gonna say, it's a sawn-off. Pointing, click, just make sure you're within 3 feet.
You don't have to be that close, but yeah, that's
I'm
more or less
just
the
looking
idea.
at Sandy and
It's a slug. Like those things.
Yeah, they're pretty good range.
yeah, I'm just looking at Sandy and our new Tremere friend, whose name I'm afraid I've forgotten.
Janesta.
Fluttershy. No.
Oh.
Janesta,
Janesta,
yeah, there we
thank
go.
you.
Yeah,
Are you there,
there's
Janista?
a few second
Yeah.
delay,
Cool.
unfortunately.
Just making sure. You're singing the back of this conversation. You can chime in.
Yeah, you're on the car.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of feeling like out of place. I don't know what you mean by bear hunting. You've suddenly brought out a shotgun. I'm sort of just sitting back and watching at the moment.
I can't wait for it to
Okay.
click. It's gonna be great.
Okay,
it'll be
I'm
pretty
gonna
funny.
take that from Janesta as a from our librarian as a no, and I am gonna show her how to reload a shotgun.
Does it give me a 3 point in firearms?
No.
No. I mean, you should. Do you have enough
Actually, I think I have some
I
experience
think
to
you should
spend,
have
so I can
3
get
XP
1 point.
now. Because you've been here through. Is this the third or second? Is this the third or fourth session?
Apparently, I've used it all. What did I use it on?
You'll
You should have a total of 19 XP.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. I got
you
an
had
I
16,
got an
'cause I
extra
think-
strength.
Yeah, you got an extra strength and 2 rituals, if I remember correctly. Or did you get 1 big ritual? I can't remember.
I got a big ritual. What ritual did I get? I got Dagon's Call level 3.
Oh,
Ooh.
what's that do?
That
I
sounds
don't even
spicy. What does that do?
Oh, I have to look it up. Give me a
Crap,
sec.
right.
Yeah,
Look,
I've
look,
got
look,
your
that's what I was
character- I'm opening your
remembering.
character sheet
Megan's
up.
call. Let's see.
And now we're just gonna read whatever these powers do. For the next half an hour.
Here we go. A terrifying technique employed by the assassins of the Banu
Yeah.
Hakim.
Kind of
This ritual lets the user rupture the very blood-soaked vessels of the victim from afar, having only touched them but briefly previously.
Oh,
man, that's
brutal
cool.
one. That's
Mortals
so
expire rather messily, and even vampires must fear the silent killer.
fucking hell.
So yeah, I just explode their blood vessels.
Yeah, you give somebody
Before
that.
proceeding with the ritual, the victim must be exposed to the caster's blood.
Yeah, you
Either
gotta
by
touch
dr-
them.
You gotta touch them with some of your blood.
You gotta-
Yeah, you either have to have them touch your blood, or you have to get your blood on them somehow. Suggest soaking the slug in your blood.
Yeah, no, because I also have some blood magic, which is that's-
Oh man, that'd be so weird.
It's at the.
I have
the
another.
roast
I have
blood.
another one that allows me to. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it
Corrosive blood.
gives
Yeah, that's
corrosive
cool.
blood.
Chris,
This is not going to help us in combat.
No,
After
it's-
an hour, but before a week has passed. So you have to wait an hour for it to be viable,
Yeah,
and then
it's
you
a
have up to a
ritual.
week to do it.
All rituals take a
I
while.
think there's a lore sheet that lets you do it in combat.
Is there? That would be.
I think there's a lore
insane.
sheet that lets you do it in combat, but it's not House Kana.
No, there's the other
There you
one.
go, Scorpion's touch. I've also got Scorpion's touch.
The explosive thing.
Scorpion's touch makes my blood a paralyzing poison.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I
Yeah,
can do Scorpion's touch, douse it in blood, paralyze them, and then an hour later make them explode.
I mean, I think the main way you'd use it is you would
It's more of a weird.
cut your
long-range
you'd probably, like
assassin.
cut your hand and like give someone a handshake or something, or just like slap their back, whatever, and then just like and then piss off, or bump into somebody on the
Yeah,
street.
it says a single drop smeared across the arm is enough.
Yeah.
I think you just need to touch them.
It's blood.
Oh,
It
yeah,
has to be
here it
blood
is.
exposure.
It was descendant of Karl Schlicht. 3 points ritual preparedness. Allegedly, Karl Schlicht prepared all his rituals in advance to keep several such pre-prepared rituals on his personal time. Once per story, you may perform one ritual in 5 minutes without preparation, having done all the preparation beforehand. Although it is once per story, so it's like once per arc, basically.
Yeah, and it's still 5 minutes. It's not like a combat trick.
Oh shit, Archon's Bane's crazy.
It did say it was used by assassins, so
You
yeah.
have a 4-dot ally, a mage, werewolf, wraith, or changeling, or something even stranger. You must keep this friend safe as they are being hunted, but once per story they come to your aid within 1 to 10 hours of call. And that's a 4-dot lore sheet, same one. That's crazy.
No,
Just like a werewolf though,
dots,
yeah.
that doesn't make
That's
any
Yeah.
sense. The
I reckon lore sheets are cool, but you'd all need to have one.
Oh, you
it's
don't
more of
all
like
need
a
to have-
one-time thing. So one time per story.
Yeah, a lot of them are like really powerful one-off abilities, yeah. But that one seems particularly strong because there's quite
Like once per story stuff, yeah.
I mean, you guys basically
What's
all
per
have that
story?
already.
So it's like
Like I could just give that like as like a commercial thing. 'Cause
Which
you
one?
Have the one underneath the one what's it called? Archon's something. Archon's Bane. I think it was called. Hang on, let me get back up. I just dropped it. When it's close to the end. Oh. Nope, that's too far. Where are you? Law sheets. Oh, here you go. Descendant of Karl Schlicht. Archon's Bane. You find ships targeting a supernatural entity is deplorable, and you have formed a tight bond with a member of another supernatural background. You have a 4-dot ally, a mage, werewolf, wraith, or changeling, or something stranger. You must keep this friend safe as they're being hunted. Once per story, they come to your aid within 1 to 10 hours when called. But you basically all have that already because you have Matt.
Matt.
Yeah,
Matt.
who's a demon. So
Yeah, I think Matt's a lot stronger.
yeah, it would be like a 5
Yeah.
dot ally.
Matt's is a lot
Oh
stronger.
no,
than,
if a mage would, I mean, it's just 4
since we
dot.
can call
If a
him.
mage is considered a 4-dot ally, then I think a demon would be considered that too. And changelings, they're
Thing
pretty
is-
weird.
Oh, one time.
Yeah.
It's a
I,
one time per
uh,
story, so it's like for us. It's like
Quick question.
Yeah.
What is the difference between story and chronicle? Because Chronicle is like the whole campaign, right?
Yes. A story's like an arc in it. So like, for example, at the beginning they had.
Okay.
I would say like
that makes
there would be
sense.
the
Yeah.
arc of the first few sessions before you were here, where they're all Thin Bloods and they were doing the blood hunt. So I'd call that like
The Thin Blood arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Thin Blood arc, and then
Yeah.
after that there's the
Okay. Yeah.
there's the session. They're basically going up to Elysium.
Discovery arc. Us
Yes.
finding our feet as vampires.
Yeah, basically, and then now will be the start of the next arc, which is the stuff's actually really going on now. it's the start of the end arc.
We're dealing with a pirate, ghosts, werewolves, and some other tree stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
You
Okay,
confuse
cool.
the shit
Thanks
out
for
of
clarifying
everybody.
Everyone has
Sorry.
put one dot on arborist.
Yeah, more or less, eh? Anyway, as I said, we're going to spend half an hour of the start of the session going over what everybody's abilities are and looking at some new ones. But let's actually get back into the session. So, yeah,
Yes.
you've all got a bunch of a shotgun each with, I'd say, 8 silver shells or slugs, and then I think you'll have an elephant gun.
8 slugs, dope.
Some silver slugs, and then there's the elephant gun, which Lucy will be taking. And yeah, so you guys start heading off into the mountain. It's about an hour and a half. Do you guys like talk about anything while you're in the car ride? Try to make friendly with your recently acquired acquaintance.
Yeah. I'll be trying to make friendly because she's my clan.
Yeah, well that too, and obviously
I'll be asking like stuff about the clan.
Yeah. So basically, you learn that Gangle's probably one of the more populous of the clans, but it's a little hard to tell because they spend, as Gangle do, they spend most of the time scattered throughout the woods. So if you ever have to find a particular Gangle, you have to basically hunt them down, which is never easy. But the Nosferatu are also, they're sort of more under the mountain. There's like basically an old set of mine shafts, and then there's also a train tunnel that cuts through, and they've also dug off that. Generally you find them via trying to find a desk in the woods, and then you plug like your computer into it, and then you talk to them that way. But recently, obviously with the tech band, you now have like a chute, and you put like a thing like a note down it, and they'll send a note to you via some other means in return.
I love it. They're so extra.
Oh yeah, Nosferatu are really extra when it comes
How
to.
could you tell they were
keeping secret.
Nosferatu if they're not extra?
It's because they're OG. Because they're OGSL.
Yeah, I mean, it's partially because they're walking masquerade breaches, so they have to make sure they're super difficult to find, and it's second because their antediluvian is cursed to always try and hunt them down. And then there's like a offshoot bloodline, which is basically dedicated to doing that. So that one task of hunting down the other Nosferatu and diaborizing them all. So they generally have a habit of being super duper secretive.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. That's also why they hoard information too, so they can keep track of if their antediluvian or their agents comes into contact. Which is pretty interesting that they're not. I guess they're more camarilla because they don't really want to fight anybody, but that's very Sabati. It's like being like super shit scared of your antediluvian, but they're one of the pillars of the camarilla instead. Yeah, anyway, so you learned that about your clan.
Okay.
Obviously, you know that 2 weeks ago their primogen sort of just disappeared, and they suspect some form of foul play because their ex-ghoul said that they felt the link between them being severed by something. And yeah, and obviously your guys have come up with your own theories on why that's happened. Yeah, and you're off to see the new Primogen, who's...
Oh, sorry, so
named-
who's Primogen? That was the Gangrel one.
Yeah, the Gangrel one. And,
Has anyone brought Janesta up to speed with the trees? I know we started to do that in the library, but now that she's
It was
a
Mr.
figure of
Leroux.
part-
yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Leroux.
yes. We spent like half an hour.
We had a good chat with her, and then she was also getting
Sure.
her ghoul or thin blood friend to
Thin Blood, yes.
make ash from it, so that we could like potentially get an idea on who the tree
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
One thing
so
about
Yeah.
ash
she's
is
up to
it's a
speed.
drug. It's a drug synthesized from literally the ash of dead vampires, hence its name. However, it can only be used by thin bloods. That's actually a very important note. I don't think I made that particularly clear. So technically, Dill will be finding out who uses it,
Right.
but the thin bloods use it to basically temporarily gain disciplines. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway.
Good old thin blood alchemy.
Yeah, Thin Blood. It's under Thin Blood Alchemy, and it's not in the core rulebook. I think it's in Cults of the. I think Ash is mentioned in the core rulebook, but I don't think it's the recipes in Cult of the Blood Gods for the Dustbringer cult. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I should pop that information in there. But yeah, you guys are continuing off into the woods, and does anybody in the back say anything, talk about anything, or ask any questions to each other or whatnot?
Yeah, actually, I'm curious. So does anyone know anything about werewolves?
They're scary.
I mean, I know that. I noticed that.
I only know what we knew from the superstition and good old media.
I'm
And,
making
well-
a cult roll to find out what I know.
Yes, you can. It'll
They
be,
bleed like we
I'll
bleed,
say
you can pull them apart,
difficulty
but
around
silver tends to help.
3 to know, or 2 to know. I'll say 3 to know more basic stuff. Basically 5 or above will give you like a yeah, you know everything about them type thing. So
It is.
I mean, I
So
assume
it's
you're going to do well.
Occult and
8 dice.
intelligence?
Yeah, and intelligence. Yeah. Recalling any information, I assume is going to be intelligence.
In theory.
Oh yeah, 5. Just as I said, yeah, you know a very very good amount of information. You know they're obviously they're weak to silver, which is pretty accurate to all the stories you've heard. You know that they're not unlike most. Pretty much, media gives you a good indication of what they're about. However, it doesn't. They are actually all. It's a genetic thing, so it's not actually a curse. You can't become a werewolf. You either are one or you aren't. And they keep massive, well, it's called kinfolk, which are basically humans or wolves, which they keep as basically breeding stock. You know some basics of their cosmology, so they believe in what's called the triad, which is the worm, the weaver, the weird, the weaver, and the worm. And they see themselves, which is sort of like a subgroup of what they call the goddess Gaia, who basically they see themselves as the warriors and guardians of. The worm is like the force of like destruction and so on. This is basically the main reason why they always destroy werewolves on sight, because all werewolves reek of the worm, with the exception of like really high
vampires.
humanity
Why they
vampires.
destroy all vampires on sight? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Salim actually probably wouldn't register because Salim is so saintly that everybody else just, they will actually pick you up as human. They won't actually pick you up as a vampire, but everyone else they'll just kill on sight. Jadista probably would have an easier time as well, still having, 7 humanity? Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, whereas everyone else I think is at like 5 or something. So yeah, they would be fucked. I'm assuming that's right. Anyway, yeah, the Weaver is their force of like creation, or I'd say the like order would be more correct. And then the last one, the weird, is like primordial creation. It's like, and basically it's meant to be like a cyclical relationship where the weird shapes like raw like energy into matter. The weaver does something with the matter, and then the worm destroys it and turns it back into energy, and then that could go back in cycle. However, sometime long ago, nothing at all to do with Cain or anything, somebody came along and sort of broke the cycle. That was actually part of the weaver's doing, is they were sick of the worm destroying everything, so they tried to imprison the worm, and then something happened, and that caused the worm to break out and basically go insane, and decided it was just going to destroy everything, all of creation. And yeah, now the wheel's been locked in eternal battle forever. And so that's their cosmology. Don't ask me how the Judeo-Christian stuff or the more Abrahamic stuff fits into it. That's more complicated, but you would know that too. I'm not going to go into it here. And you know that they have various tribes, which generally all specialize in something of a rather, and then they have what's called allspec. So depending on the phase of the moon they're born under, it changes their like personality and their role within the tribe. So that's a good rundown. They're weak to silver, as you know. Apart from that, they have numerous forms, ranging from human to wolf, and there's 5 in total. The most likely you're going to counter is their war form, which is like the in between the human and wolf, and that's the big juggernaut, I'm going to kill you form. But they do have 2 others, which is like a dire wolf and like a beefed up roided human as their other form. And so I guess you're going to just relay all of that quickly to everybody.
That's exactly what I do. I just go,
You start mumbling.
oh, I know actually quite a bit about them. And I just go into it like almost like a trance of just mumbling all the information I know.
You go into that like nerd state of like, alright, so, and just off you go.
You basically do what exactly I just did there,
dumping.
because you got a very whole, you just info dump about all their background and their cosmology and everything. You're like, okay, that's all great and stuff, but and you know that obviously they also communicate with spirits.
Exactly. So
That's one of their big things.
So I appreciate you role playing for me.
Yes, I just roleplayed you for you.
Sorry, Peter, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, Peter, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, sorry.
I just thanked Liam for role playing for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one of the big things, obviously, combat-wise, they have gifts which they inherit from spirits, and then sometimes they can just straight up summon spirits. Or these aren't normally wraiths. They can be, but usually they're like the spirits of, like, the deeper workings of reality. If you will, the angels after angels went all rogue. Or maybe the werewolves are the angels after angels went rogue. It's not very clear.
Crazy strong force of nature that can't be reasoned with.
Yes, basically. The easiest way to sum up Fairy the Apocalypse...
Lack of reasoning makes life at least a little bit simple when you encounter it.
Yeah. The thing that makes... the easiest way to sum up Werewolf the Apocalypse as a game is very eco-terrorists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair.
So that's the whole crazy crazy powerful and can't be reasoned with thing. Celine would actually sort of say that and then kind of like side eye the 2 gangrels, like, why are you volunteering for this?
I look at Slim and go, you don't have to come. Lucy doesn't probably care. I mean, does she care about their, like, freaking cosmology? She's just like, yeah, we're gonna kill them. Like, who cares?
She doesn't care. She's like, I guess, like, you have...
Gangrel just needs to know how to kill them.
Yeah. So I'm guessing there's some sort of undertone of, in Celine's statements, sort of saying that, like, why are we doing this type thing? Would that be safe to assume?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
she goes, well, the
Um,
reason we're going to kill them is to assert our dominance over them.
Makes sense.
I am going to resist the urge to like slightly condescendingly pat her on the shoulder, and reply to Eldon's question instead.
Okay.
Yeah, but all of you are doing it, and
Peer pressure.
yeah, I don't want you to die. Mostly, most nights. Mm.
I'm glad you care so deeply about me. It's touching, really.
I will reach over and pat him on the shoulder.
Now, I'm assuming everybody here is wearing their regular attire. That'd be safe to assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sweet as. All right, and oh, that's what my next tour. I'm trying to remember what I was about to just say before. You pat on the shoulder. Oh yeah, I'm assuming
Roll for initiative.
at this point, no, you're rolling for initiative. You don't even need to roll for initiative in this game, which is I quite like its free foaming system. But yeah, as you are driving, I'm gonna assume that we take this hour and a half driving for all of you to go over our Chronicle tenants. I know everybody. I know Kit, Anthony, and Jackie all came up with a tenant for their character to give the party. But did Peter? Did you come up with anything for Janesta to contribute to the party as a conviction? So basically, it's like the Chronicle tenants are like convictions, but everybody has to follow them, and there's no touchstone to connect them. It's just like general rules of the game, if you will.
No, I didn't really. I couldn't think of anything. I thought everyone else's suggestions were a lot better than mine. Anything that I came up with.
Yeah. So yeah,
which was very little because I know very little about the game.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So yeah,
Like, I have an idea.
I mean,
honestly, no, I don't.
I was gonna say like Blood Raven style, steal everything. No,
I did give it a good honest try, and I couldn't come up with anything.
Really? I thought it'd be like just collect every book, or like always keep knowledge or something.
Would something
force
like
everybody to play Tremere, basically.
try to learn something from every encounter work? Yeah.
Something like that.
Sorry, I got two people at once. What was that?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No,
I said would try and learn something from every encounter work with your character.
Yeah, I mean, her main goal is to just increase her knowledge and her mastery of sorcery.
Yeah.
That would be for all of us.
So basically, for everybody, it would be you could do something like try to learn from every situation, try to learn from every event or something. Yeah, that works as a
Like
something.
find knowledge in every encounter. Yeah.
I was down. Holy crap! This is gonna be our voice. Oh, all right.
Or even something as simple as like learn from your actions. So basically, if you start doing a past mistake again, that's when you'll like trigger getting a stain. Yeah. So far, okay. So
Yeah.
So just,
sorry. So for anybody watching our,
I guess just a question before.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think there's just a few seconds.
I was just gonna. So I guess a question for.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, I think there's just a few seconds delay. So just ask your question now, and then we'll try to talk in like complete sentences, get everything off, everything we want to say in one go, and then obviously because if there's a delay and somebody starts talking and I'm talking over them, that's not very conducive. So I'll stop talking now, and then you start talking, and then once you're done, I will respond.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I was just asking about the intention of the convictions. Are they in terms of just a roleplay element primarily for us, or are they going to be like a mechanical factor with our humanity in terms of like you're going to target this from a story perspective, but also to make sure that our humanity doesn't just sit there stale and static?
That's exactly what convictions and
That's to be
attacks
done.
are for, and the touchstones as well. So yeah, they're all for damaging. So basically, things that your character does to keep them keeping the beasts contained, aka keeping the humanity high. So if you do something that's contradictory to any of the Chronicle tenets or your personal convictions, you will get a stain. However, if you do something in favor of them, you could potentially gain humanity, or if it's something in favor of them but it's like something bad, like you have to kill somebody to uphold one of your convictions, and usually that would give you a couple of stains instead. Like those stains can be lessened or gotten rid of entirely depending on like what you're doing. So like heinous actions, like if you go into an orphanage and like kill all the children, that's always going to give you a massive amount of stains. But like if you do so for I don't know a conviction that could allow you to do that, but probably not a good example, but you get what I mean. If you have like a conviction
You were told to by your primogen.
Yeah, if you had like always obey authority and the prince told you to do it, you'd still get the stains, but you wouldn't get as many. So that would probably be like you get 4 stains instead you'll get like 3 or something. But like if the primogen or something tells you that you have to kill this person, they don't give you a reason why, you go do that, you normally get a stain, but you don't get any stains because it's like you're obeying your convictions.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, just hypothetically, just from my understanding, as an example, taking my one, which is like you reciprocate and multiply what's given to you. So if you extended loyalty and they extend it back, you reinforce that.
Yes. So
if they are hostile to you, you multiply it. But let's say someone is hostile to me and I don't take action against them, that would be against the conviction, so it would be a stain.
Yes. Yeah, but so if you
that's
another
what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's great. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I think that's good then, but I also think we should probably roleplay out how our characters decide this.
Yes.
I feel like this is a great roleplay opportunity.
Oh hell yeah!
But also, we wouldn't do it in front of Lucy at the same time.
I thought it was something that we sort of already agreed on, kind of thing.
We can.
I've already thought up a few roleplay ways for how I wanted to do it, because I kind of wanted to sit down with everyone and go like, I've had some thoughts and I've been thinking about something for a while, so I want to like put this, I want to air out the skeleton kind of thing. Like that's what I was thinking of doing for my character.
Yeah. All right.
That would be a good idea,
okay,
and
so,
I think
a way we can do
that's
this.
something we should pencil in for another session.
No, we can do it now.
We don't have to do it this session.
I think this session's the best one. What we'll do is obviously Lucy's basically going. We'll continue, basically fast forward. We'll get to the end of the car ride. So you're driving through the wooded roads. You start to head up the mountain, and then all of a sudden she like turns off and comes up to basically a sort of like a camping ground type thing, like a hiking track where people going like hiking would stop there, park their car, and get out. She parks in here. There's no one. There's one other car here, but you don't see anybody who it owns to. They all get out. She sort of looks at the car and she's just like, she looks at it and she like turns her head to the side and she goes, "Huh, interesting." So one of the desks at the moment is found on the top of that cliff over there, and she points to a cliff in the distance. I'm going to sort this out. You guys probably have a good hour and a half hike ahead of you, so I'll try to meet you up on the way, although you'll probably be at the top by the time I get there.
Is that a problem?
Our problem?
No, I don't think there's going to be a problem. I hope not, anyway. But this does me a concern, if I shall say. And yeah, well, you guys have fun. Don't go running into any bears up there. that won't be fun. And have fun. And then she sort of like runs over.
As she like turns to go,
Oh yeah.
I'll just be like, make sure you send for help if you need it.
She sort of nods to you quickly. Her demeanor's changed a bit from her usual jovial and very touchy self. She's just sort of a little. She does seem worried about something, obviously, but trying to not trying but not doing very well of hiding that her slightly panicked demeanor.
Yeah, well,
Well-
we kind of just have to see her off. She's got her thing to do.
Yeah.
I'll
It
grab
seems
into
like
my bag of utensils and give her a spoon.
She sort of takes a spoon. She's
You
like,
know, you could
okay.
just give her the whole bag, and then she could make us some more bullets for next time.
I'm taking the bag with us just in case.
I mean,
We
you
only
got
get
shotguns.
6 bullets.
Yeah, I guess. But
Okay,
if you can't
yeah.
down a
Yeah,
werewolf with,
it's limited ammo.
if you can't down a werewolf with what between you would be 6 times 4, what, 24 shots. You're
Or
pretty,
firearms.
yeah, you're pretty fucked by then anyway. So
I'm just enjoying the image of Sandy trying to take them on with a spoon.
In a dime. I'm gonna make you soup.
Oh.
I think he really, really wants to get the killing blow on it with a spoon.
Mm.
He like wants to ram it through their eye socket or something. That's the impression I'm getting anyway.
I feel like Sandy's really overestimating his physical combat abilities.
I feel like Salim is internally questioning whether Sandy is actually a Toreador or whether he's a Malkavian in disguise.
You never know.
Yeah. It's the spoon thing.
Yeah, it's a very Malkavian obsession. Oh, that's good.
It was the first thing I found, okay? It's like, I could have given her a fork, but it was the first thing that I grabbed out.
I mean, she literally has an elephant hunting gun. I'm pretty sure she's fine.
It's an elephant gun, and you're like, here's a spoon.
It's a friendly gesture.
She's gonna take your spoon and sort of quizzically look at you, like, pretty much wondering exactly what Salim's wondering. They have this moment of connection where they're wondering if you're actually a Malkavian.
Yeah, I'm just gonna nod from behind Sandy and like shrug, like he's always like this.
As she looks at the spoon, I'll be like, it helps with dinner at least.
She goes, well, it would have a few years ago, but I don't think it helps anymore.
I say that exceptionally sarcastically because we don't use spoons.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
There is exceptional sarcasm in my voice if that didn't come through online.
No, it didn't come through that well. And she's just sort
I
of
say that with extreme sarcasm.
Yeah, okay, she takes the spoon, she's like, yeah, I'll definitely use it for that. Thank you so much, Sandy. And then she just puts it in her back pocket. This delay's pretty bad. Holy shit. It's been a little while since...
Yeah, no, we heard you. I'm guessing she's going now.
Yeah, she's going now.
We're going now, because we're leaving her with a car.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I may stop the stream since I record this, or I'm already recording it to put it, load it up line. I think I may stop the stream and just do the recording, because obviously there's quite a delay between, and I think obviously it's, OBS and Discord
It's
are using
pretty
a lot.
bad, yeah.
I think it's when I start using OBS it uses a hell of a lot of the bandwidth, so I'm going to stop the stream. Sorry for anybody who actually is
that's
watching
fair,
the
man.
stream, but
I've
What's
had
recording?
issues with my ISP. I'll double check mine too.
yeah, I'm going to stop the stream now. Stopping stream. Oh, there we go.
Would it
Okay,
be
stop.
easier for you to record them and then put them up?
Yeah, that's what I'm
or
thinking
is
I'll
it
do from
still
now on.
always like?
My internet's
Yeah.
shit,
Okay.
but okay, there's way less delay already. I can just hear that from the fact that you responded instantly to
Okay.
what I said.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you gotta start recording these.
Yeah, I record them as well as thingy, and I think that it's just using too much of my internet bandwidth, as I just said. So yeah, we'll just put up the recording. Yeah, there's only like a second delay now, so yeah, that's good. Anyway, yeah, so you guys are heading off to the mountain. She sort of runs over to the car. It's just a little black Swift. So not the type of car you expect a gangrel to drive.
Mm.
Okay, it's still a couple of seconds, but it's not like the 30-second delay I was having before. So
That was bad.
yeah, it was actually really bad. Alright, so yeah, you guys start heading off up the mountain, and roleplay you guys sorting out your clan conviction or your Chronicle convictions.
We have to define our marching order here.
I'm assuming Eldon's going to be taking point. Probably,
Yeah, I can see in the dark.
yeah, and
Oh, crap. They didn't want to bring flashlights.
No.
Salim's probably got the next best sensors, having heightened sensors.
Mm.
So, are you going to be taking up the rear, or do we want the Torador to be taking up the rear, since he's probably the next best combatant? Sandy?
I can take up the rear. I'm okay with doing that.
Yeah. Cool. And so that means it'll be so we're basically going to go, I would say, most logical marching order. Obviously, I'm just saying this. You guys can feel free to interject, but I'll say it'll go Eldon, Sandy, Janesta, and then Salim. That'd be a decent marching order.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Before we go marching, I'm going to whistle and try and summon my owl. Because I don't remember if I brought it along with me or not.
We'll say Starbucks was just jumped on flew and jumped onto the back of the ute, and it's already with you. So
I'm just going to tell Starbucks, just fly above us and let me know if you see anything big that moves in the woods.
yeah. So it's translating that over into sort of owl speak. You do that, and then Starbucks sort of just starts flying around, doing loops above you, keeping their eye out and so on for anything big that moves. That's probably not a human, I'm assuming, or maybe it's a human. Do you want?
I just said anything big that moves.
Yeah. Okay. So they'll probably come down by their definition of big, obviously. So.
Yeah, anything, bigger than me. Or as big as I am,
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, because obviously, a wolf can approach you in human form and then shift later.
Yeah, well, say if you see any other people or anything bigger than I am.
Yeah.
They're already in their direwolf form now.
Or regular wolf form as well.
Yeah.
I have wolf. Oh my gosh, they got so many forms.
Yeah, they got
Well,
five.
you literally explained that earlier.
I already forgot.
Yeah, so they have 5 forms. They have a human form, a human sort of wolf form, a human wolf hybrid form, a dire wolf form, and a wolf form. So yeah, they have a lot of forms.
Okay, anything of those.
Yes. Anything that strikes primal fear into your heart.
Yeah, anything that gives you cause for concern. Anything that you would not mess with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fair
I
enough.
think that's the best description. Anything that you would not mess with.
Yeah. All right, and then so Starbuck sort of as I said, flies off, starts to run, doing big circles across the forest, and you guys start heading up the mountain.
I make as well, one last thing before we head out, a very obvious note to everyone to make sure your shotgun's loaded. And
Oh yeah.
I load the shotgun, load the barrels, and I go to the other ones. This here's the safety. Make sure you flick it off before you pull the trigger. And I just look at everyone, just make sure they all know where the safety is.
yeah.
And then start walking.
Safety off right then and there.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for when you're running and you accidentally pull the trigger and it blasts like a hole in the wood next to you when you're trying to be sleep snouthy.
Oosh.
Oh, it'll happen.
Oh yeah.
0 points in firearms, man.
And you're doubting 20, and you think 24 shots will be.
But as we start walking, I'm gonna I'm gonna start talking, but not like turning my back to them. I'm just gonna pretty much just be speaking, assuming people are listening to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I've been thinking, and I check my imaginary watch on my wrist. Month and a bit in a kindred. There's a lot to think about. My life before this wasn't exactly the nicest thing. My life after this isn't exactly the nicest thing either. There's only one thing that works in this world. That's to treat others how they treat you. To return what is given to you and multiply it. Those who treat you with loyalty and respect, I'll treat those with loyalty and respect and kind. And I'll return that twofold. And I found the only way to deal with those who would harm you, treat you with justice, or hurt you, is to return that tenfold, or even 100-fold. So I just want to let everyone know this. I've got your back if you've got mine. But don't you dare change that. I was quoting Technoblade!
Never heard of him.
I'm gonna go ahead and just quote, probably in Arabic, the eye for an eye passage.
Understand?
I don't think any of us would understand that.
No. Or do you do the Gandhi twist where you say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind?
Oh no, just the straight up original Arabic version, and then
I'm pretty sure it's from the Bible,
and then
isn't it?
and then I'll
It's in both the Bible and the Quran.
Yeah, and then I'll stop and I'll translate it and just be like, that's what you mean.
In essence, however, if you take my eye, I'm making you blind.
Nice.
That's my twist.
I'm just gonna mentally internally do the arithmetic to see if that is
It's not an eye for an eye.
Me more.
Eye for one. But don't worry, I'm extending that same courtesy to anyone that takes your eye. I'll take both of theirs.
Yeah, and then you can get them to Janesta to eat. Although you don't have that ritual, do you? The one where you can learn any language by eating someone's eyes and tongue?
No, I don't have that one.
No.
Yet.
Hold the eye and tongue, so she can do it when she gets the ability.
Yeah, when you get it, we're just gonna hand you some eyes. An eye for an eye, right?
What, just here, have a present.
It's been eyes, we've been collecting the whole time.
Christmas came early!
Are you hungry? You want to learn French?
For sure, this one.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of absorb that. I'm not entirely sure how Salim would respond to this little speech, to be honest. Does anyone else have a
I mean, it was kind of a left field for Aldon. Normally he doesn't say too much. Now he's just given this massive moral spiel.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I have intentionally kept Eldon in that particular capacity because I wanted a time that was appropriate to express how he feels.
You know what? Now you're doing that.
But he also won't be doing it again soon. Like, he's not going to continually express himself.
Yeah, it's
The way that I was thinking about it, because when you prompted the whole convictions thing, I was like, for Eldon, he's been thinking this whole time. He's been trying to figure out how to live in this world, right? And he had, you know, Giga Chad and Crazy Man, the head voices, and Sandy, who's been there since the start as well. Alex has shown him loyalty. Andy's shown him loyalty. Sorry, Sandy's shown him loyalty. And like everyone within our coterie has shown me loyalty.
Yeah.
And everyone outside the coterie has been very questionable. So he's kind of reached his conclusion that like he needs an inner circle. He needs this group of people that he can trust with his life. But he also knows that he cannot extend that, or he can't be vulnerable outside that circle. And he needs to protect that circle with his own life as well, because they will protect him. That's the only way that he sees he can survive in this world.
Yep.
That's kind of like what he's been thinking about after the werewolf attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm just
Hence
looking-
the...
Yeah.
And now we're going up against werewolves, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
On
does
top
make
of that,
sense. It
you're
makes a lot of
obviously
sense.
it suits well with your two of your conviction, or three of your all of your fishes. So I'm just looking at your convictions. You got survival of the fittest, loyalty is a two-way street, fight for the benefit of all, only after yourself.
Those are the ones I made a character creation.
Yeah.
That last one I might slightly tweak.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense.
I'll adjust my convictions.
Yeah, because obviously that was just very quick. Because obviously you only have one set in stone touchstone, which may or may not come up at some point. Because I just love that. I just love that touchstone. It's so funny.
For context, everyone, I have a touchstone, which is just some guy called Jeff who gave me a bag of chips one time. I will kill for Jeff.
I mean,
Jeff.
that
You all
makes
needed
sense. That's perfectly within the rules.
Yeah. That's the perfect touchstone. I'm actually. I know I'm not going to spoil what I'm going to do with him, but.
No!
He has a plan.
Jeff.
I will kill.
Considering my touchstones, I feel like I just gave the storyteller a loaded gun with one of them. So.
Did you just be like, here, I have a living family? Or is that what you've
That
done?
was a pretty good one.
Salim has a living family that he's no longer in contact with that are like in rural India. So like, good luck finding them.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay,
That's a loaded gun in a house.
it's a loaded gun for a DM. If your backstory involved, I have a happy family that are still alive.
And there's someone
And
we
have
don't
been
know.
used against you.
No, I think I know the one. It's I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's the first touchstone.
I would have to look at the sheet because I can't remember what order I wrote them in. But
Maria, the middle-aged Italian heavy woman.
No. I was thinking of the last one on my
The other
sheet.
one, if you ever get starving, yeah, that's definitely one that could really backfire if you getting to like a hunger frenzy type thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like a couple of them were just
Oh, sorry, the third one.
Yeah.
Sorry,
were just me basically asking the DM to hurt me.
Yep.
And then you've got my touchstones, Hobo Hank and Mrs. Sanders the librarian.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Mr. Sanders is very easy. Hobo Hank's easy as well. I could just have him come along at some point. Yeah, but
Talking about the government and how they're stealing his potatoes. Oh, I should have called him Watoto. Damn it.
Watoto.
That would be too obvious.
Watoto.
Go ahead, I'll give you a candy.
What's that? I'll give
I-
bird lady worm.
Yeah, I've only watched the first episode of that, and I thought it was so funny how Watoto was really the most like well-adjusted socially out of all of them, which was just amazing. Just how they roleplayed it, and they're just owning all the roles.
Oh, it's
it was
great.
So funny.
And Watoto was beautiful.
It was.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back onto our game, not someone else's Vampire the
Yep.
Vigil game. Not Vampire, Hunter the Vigil game.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, you guys all you just heard the spiel from Aldon. Does anyone who's the next person to speak up on what they think the group should do? So for anybody who did that,
Or just roleplay it.
or just
Just
roleplay
like
it.
go for it.
So obviously for anybody who watches this, that Chronicle tenant is, what was it? Return anything that's given to you, multiply it.
Yeah. Pretty much return everything that is given to you, multiply and return it.
Yeah, there we go. So that everybody should probably put that down in their Chronicle tenants as a Chronicle tenant.
Does anyone else want to go? Because I can.
Go. If you're going to go for it, go for it. Roleplay
Okay.
it.
Alright, so Salim would sort of sigh. Because apparently we're talking about heavy moral topics now.
Well, the topic had to come up eventually.
It's true. And he would say, I understand how you got there. I figure I'm probably a little older than you two. And I've been around our kind longer. We're monsters. We're monsters, and we hurt people, and everything we set up always seems to end up with. I'm gonna sort of gesture suddenly to Janesta. With what you were saying about what the werewolves think of us, I can see how they got there. I just wanna. I don't think there's a way to live like this without hurting people. And I just want to make sure if that's something I don't have a choice over, I want to know that at least the people I hurt
Deserve it.
I guess. Does anyone deserve it?
Depends
feel
on their
like-
actions.
Yeah. Depends on what moral system we're using. I think. No one innocent. Can we agree on that? I don't want to look back on this and think I helped you kill kids.
I already have pre-exclusion kids on my character sheet. Don't worry.
Yeah. And I have a
Yeah.
general
he's-
rule.
You say kids, and I kind of look over my shoulder and I go,
Yeah.
I'm a vampire, not that kind of monster.
Well, a lot of us
The-
are that kind of monster.
Oh, yeah.
So, since we're saying it,
Kid,
Yeah, I've read-
not.
since we're putting our cards on the table,
I've really read some fucked up shit that some Samichi have done. So,
yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
definitely don't put
We've.
by heart
I'm
that.
pretty sure we've already seen a couple kid vampires too, haven't we?
Only one.
Yeah, the Markavian was a young sort of newly teen, not quite preteen, but a little older than that. And then I think there's one of the Samichi you saw it as like a literal child.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, since we're putting our cards on the table, That's what I think.
Yeah. So when you say that,
It's just an example. You know what I mean. I hope.
So when you say that, I'm gonna like stop walking and turn around and go, "No one innocent, no children." Any objections? And I'm just gonna look at Sandy and Janista.
Four. Oh, man. What's with camping and heart to hearts? Bloody hell.
It just brings out the best in you, right?
Yeah. How does Janessa respond to that? I didn't hear Pierce say anything, so.
I'm sort of just like, I'm surprised that, like, is murdering a regular thing for you guys?
Maybe.
Not by choice.
No, not from me, but
Not since you were first
I've-
embraced.
yeah, I was in the Ashera for a while before I came here.
Sorry, the what? I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
He said Ashera, but
Ashira. I
role-playing,
don't know what that
I'll
is.
just translate it. It's like it's not the Camarilla, but it's kind of like our Camarilla in Saudi, in Iran, in Iraq, in Yemen.
Middle East.
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
it's literally the Muslim Camarilla.
Right.
Isn't
Isn't that where the war's going on?
Yup. And that's why
Yeah.
they're basically the Ashera and Camarilla have basically done a merger because of Gehenna.
Yeah.
Because the Ashera is having a
yeah.
house, basically they're having a shit show trying to deal with it.
I'll fill them in like a little bit on that, and I'll just add, yeah, that's why a lot of us, especially the younger ones, with sires who give a damn, have ended up out here.
Yeah. Does your character know of what's his name? Urshaguf, I think his name is. The Banu Hakim Methuselah who literally woke up and then outlawed Islam in the Banu Hakim.
I don't know, but I don't know whether he'd know that. I didn't know that, but do you want me to make a roll for it?
Yes, it would be a politics intelligence again.
Okay.
I never thought that skill would get so much rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised too.
It's like the only thing, yeah.
Take it, man. Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
okay. He doesn't know. I figure that
You've probably noticed. What's his name? You've probably noticed something with the Banu Hakim. Just because it is kind of weird that they are so. A lot of them are just all of a sudden leaving en masse, but you just don't know why they're sort of doing that.
Yeah, I figure that Salim's sire would have concentrated on educating him about his own clan and
Rather
about
than others.
yeah.
Yeah, obviously your clan having Urshagi, that's it, Urshagi. Yeah, the eldest of Banu. Yeah. Yeah, you probably wouldn't know his name, but you know something's up with the Banu Hakim. Yeah, he's a nutjob. He's a pretty crazy dude. Yeah. He has just, if you read his description, I'll go put in chat his name. If you read the description of what he looks like, he's absolutely terrifying. He's like he's got completely like black charred skin with like his veins like popping out like lava through like cracks in the ground, and then he has no eyes in his sockets. And
that sounds terrifying.
And he stands completely still like a statue, and then when he does move, he like moves at like full speed celerity.
Fuck. No.
And then he talks only via talks in your mind telepathy.
Telepathy.
Yeah, he's the one when I based the Methuselah that Salim thingy. He was sort of based off him. And he's like a little kid. He's like an 8-year-old child who was turned. So he's this little dude who's completely black, looks like he's cracked in lava, has no eyes, but he has 7 auspex. So he like literally is like seeing into your soul, and you can feel him doing it. And then when he moves, he just moves with extreme violence.
Methuselah, scary man.
Yeah.
Methuselahs are terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, they're only a step down, literally a step down from the Antediluvians. And he was like embraced very shortly after Banu Hakim was Hakim was based. Sorry, Banu Hakim is the followers of Hakim, but yeah, he's the first one he ever embraced. So yeah, he's pretty powerful to say the least. Oh yeah, and he's not at full power. That was when he woke up. Like it has stats for him, and that's he just woke up and he's still like regaining all his power.
Oh fuck!
He has 7 ore specs and like 5 celerity and like a bunch of other things. He's pretty nuts.
Yep.
Hence why he was able to enforce a literal religion ban of an entire group of which are a clan of kindred who literally base their identity around their religion.
I'm sorry.
He just walked into church and said, "We have no church now."
Yes. Oh no, he said this is a false.
Walked into a mosque.
Yeah, he walked into a mosque, said this is a false religion. We must follow the ways of Hakim. If you don't, I'm literally just going to kill you. And then he proceeded to diabolize a bunch of people, and then they said, "Okay, we'll follow you." And then a bunch said, "No, we won't."
And then he diabolizes them.
Yeah, basically. Well, he's trying to. They just ran away. He's staying in the Middle East, waiting for Hakim to wake up and come to him. So that'll be fun as well because he's superly powerful, and then he's waiting for his antediluvian to wake up.
Sire.
Yeah.
Anywho, back to the story.
Back to the story, yeah. Not. I know. I just love the lore. Like I've been reading
pretty cool.
bits here and there, and it's so cool. I like Vampire is probably my favorite one. Like I was wondering if to do Chronicles or World of Darkness, and I was like, I'm gonna start with Vampire because you have to start with Vampire, and like Vampire the Masquerade, I love. I think that's like the coolest of them. I also really like Wraith and Demon, and then for Chronicles, I like Chronicles for like Werewolf, Mage, Changeling is definitely amazing, and Hunter. Like Hunter's cool, and Hunter the Reckoning's cool, but it's like Hunter the Vigil's more of the feeling of humans hunting down supernaturally powerful creatures, because Hunter the Reckoning is like you have like a messenger who's literally an angel who's like giving you powers and empowering you, and you feel more like a superhero opposed to, you know, a desperate human who's barely holding on, which Vigil definitely portrays. Like you're in the shit as a hunter and the Vigil. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that, and let's get back on to how does everyone respond to Salim? Obviously, Aldon's already done their response. What about Janesta and Sandy? Sorry.
You can go first, Kit.
Like, I don't know. Sandy's not really into this whole heart-to-heart thing.
I mean, do you give any indication that you agree at least? Going like, yeah, fair enough.
The question was no innocence, no children.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Awesome. And what about you, Janesta?
Would you like to...
I say I've only known you all for a week, I believe, at most.
Couple days.
Yeah, a week and a day. Yeah.
Yeah, a week and a day. But it already seems like you've all gone through a lot. The worst thing that you can do is repeat the same mistakes. I can agree with everyone on who not to, shall we say, encroach with hostility. However, as long as you don't make the same mistakes, you can be smarter about this, and if you can gain knowledge from all of your past experiences, then we can do what we need to do in a safer and in a smarter way.
I'm gonna nudge Sandy and say, "Do you think this counts as learning from our mistakes?" And just sort of gesture towards the shotguns full of silver bullets.
Yeah, we got proper equipment this time.
Last time we didn't have a chance to prepare.
No. You were just
No,
dumped
That's
in-
true.
Yeah, you were just dumped in the spirit realm and then got out of the spirit realm and then all of a sudden, oh look, hey, look at werewolves.
Like this time we came prepared.
As prepared as you can be.
Yep.
And werewolves are a problem that we have to deal with.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to do something about their, Oh, well, actually, you don't know how many there are, but there's one who's actively hunting you, and you're definitely going to have to deal with them at some point.
Experience is gonna help.
Yeah, experience is going to help.
Shadowing.
I mean, you can't...
Only subtle. Only
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah, I mean, you can't piss them off anymore, can you?
Yeah.
Can't piss them off anymore, can you? As we hunted them with a silver freaking shotguns.
Storyteller, is that a challenge?
Are you challenging me? Yes, I am.
Oh, you're approaching me.
Was it? No, it's Are You Challenging Me, isn't it? The chat. It's who is it? Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember his
Are
name.
you challenging me?
Yeah. It's the way
Perfect
he's
Shaggy impression there,
Shaggy.
Anthony. Perfect.
It's like Shaggy. Yeah. I was like, which one's that one? What's his name again? But yeah, that was a great meme. I just love his posture. It is like so.
It's a JoJo reference if I've seen one.
I mean, it's older than JoJo, isn't it? Well, older than the
I don't think
anime
so.
At the very least. Because it's like I can't remember. Anyway, it's off topic.
There was a part 3 anime in the 90s.
Yeah.
Really, the
Yep.
the JoJo's
JoJo's
anime is
old.
really recent,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
there was
no,
a part
no.
3 Stardust Crusaders anime in the 90s.
Really? Oh, because
Yeah.
I only know of the recent Starlight Crusader. Interesting.
Yeah, no, they made it look like fucking Sailor Moon with the animation. It was.
So no one
No,
knows
but-
the shit. Because because I only know of the new anime because my god, is it amazing.
Yeah.
I only
Yeah.
watched the first 2.
It's
I need to
old.
watch Starlight Crusaders and onwards, but yeah.
Oh, good.
I know.
It came out like
Anyway,
80s.
let's stop talking about JoJo's
Yeah, I
and
know.
get back on topic.
I will never stop talking about JoJo!
Yeah.
With the conversation sorted and at least semi-resolved, I continue walking.
So, for anybody following, they have so far we've got 3 tenants, which is the first one I said, which is return what is multiply what is given to you and return it. Second one is don't harm the innocents and children. Third one is always learn from your mistakes. And then lastly but not least, where this naturally comes to Waiver Sandy. Sandy's going to have to give in to their heart-to-heart to say what they want to say as their conviction.
We might be able to find out if whatever happens to this hunt.
It depends on how near death it gets.
Yeah, depends how near death it gets.
So remember, guys, let the werewolf get Sandy down at least 2 or 3 hearts, okay?
Oh,
You just let it knock Sandy all the way into torpor. That should do it.
Yeah, knock Sandy into torpor, then kill the
I
werewolf.
already made my speech last time. I already made my random speech last session.
Did you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you?
Yeah,
What did you say last session?
Oh, that was just between me and Aubrey, so doesn't count.
Oh, right, okay. So that doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count, but I already edited out because it was appropriate, not just because we had time to say it out loud.
Look, whatever you do, you do. So
Yeah.
I guess we continue walking.
I mean, you could just to say, if you wanted to still go with the No Man Left Behind, but like, you know, if something happens to me, like, I want you to promise that, like, you'll get me out and you'll get everyone else out, you know. Like, you're about to face a werewolf. That would probably be the perfect time to give the No Man Left Behind speech. Because then if it's on the table as a conviction, if they decide to leave you behind...
I feel like if I do say it's a death flag though, so it's like...
no, it's more like insurance.
You never know, man. Like, the people who always say, like, they're gonna make it out, they're always the one that doesn't make it out.
That's why you're saying...
No.
That's why you're saying it now, because you want to make it out. You're not saying, I'm going to make it out. You're like, oh shit, I'm probably not going to make it out. And therefore, it's a false flag.
No. By saying that you're preparing to not make it out, preparing to make it out, you're not going to make it out.
No, that's exactly why you say, I don't think I'm going to make it out of this. So, if I can you get me out? Because then it's a false flag, you see.
There's just something you want.
Just finish
Either way, get it the risk you're gonna have to take.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's up to Sandy. I'm already continuing my walk.
Yeah. Alright, so Sandy's conviction is not on the tables yet.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so we'll just say at this moment, conveniently, you get to the top of the mountain. And you can hear somebody walking around in front of you, and Starbucks comes down to say there's somebody standing by a flat tree.
Is she the one from the... Is it the person from the car before?
No.
Because Starbucks would have seen Lucy.
No. It's a guy.
Oh, fudge.
Can I see them so I can see in the dark?
Yeah, let's just say, do you want to sneak up to the table, or do you want to...
Oh, there's a table there.
Yeah. A flat tree. What do you think a flat tree is?
Right.
An owl doesn't have a concept of what a table is.
No, I was just to say, I was like, flat tree? I was like, is this just like a straight plane or something? No, flat tree is a table with a person next to it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what that was either, sorry.
No, I mean, that's fair enough. It's an owl trying to communicate, and it's a concept that it doesn't have to you.
Can I do a bloodhound check to see if I can pick up if it's a vampire or not?
Yes, you can.
Bloodhound, I believe, is...
It's like resolve plus awareness or something, isn't it?
Yeah, resolve plus awareness.
Yeah. It's a pretty good,
When it rolls... Bruh! I'm re-rolling that.
Yeah. Oh my god, you have 3 hunger. Holy shit. Apparently not.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't smell a thing.
Nah. I mean, it's all this, these pines and conifers and stuff. They just
Like
have very
sap
strong-
and stuff, I'm just not used to it.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah, we
used
all
to it.
hungry because we're just woke up.
You're more of an urban gangrel so far. You're not one of these city dwelling.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've spent like all my kindred life in the city. Coming out to the forest with all these different like senses and stuff is probably just like giving me hay fever.
Yeah.
And do you, if you tell the rest of us, what Starbucks has said to you?
Yeah, because
Okay, in that case,
I'll be like,
can I have?
there's... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, can I roll to see if I can pick him up with my heightened senses?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Roll away.
I'll pretty much just say, I think there's a table and someone standing next to it. It's not Lucy.
Yeah, yeah, so what would it be? Your wits plus awareness plus, your specs?
My auspex? Yeah.
Yeah, your specs. When you do better, you can smell. You can smell that it's probably a human. They're letting off body odor, so that's generally an indication that they're a human. They do not smell very good at all.
I was gonna say, don't werewolves still get off body odor as well?
Also, they have a strong smell of weed as well. They're definitely high.
I
Nice.
think it's a person. I think they're I think it's someone who came up here to get wasted.
Yeah. Classic.
Oh, that that stinks.
We're like, alright, you wait here, I'll go see who it is.
I look at my watch. I'm like, well, I guess it is 4:20 in the morning.
It's definitely not 4:20 in the morning, but by the way.
No, let me hit my joke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, approach the person
Yeah, you start to approach them, and there's
and just call up like, hey!
there's he doesn't look homeless, but he looks obviously like somebody who doesn't give two shits about his appearance. He's eating a bag of chips and he's like staring at this desk.
I am concealing the shotgun as relatively decent
Yeah,
as I can.
As you approach, you notice that it's Jeff. That was
turns
my
around.
plan the whole time, by the way. So when we start talking about your touchstones, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have him come up because it's fucking funny.
Jeff?
And he goes like, oh, hey man, how's it going? I haven't seen you for ages.
I'm just like, I'm absolutely like shocked. I'm like, what the? This is like the only person from like my pre-kindred days that I've met since being a kindred, because I didn't have many earthly attachments to begin with. I would just be like, Jeff, what are you doing out here?
He's like, oh, I came here to, see the stars and connect to nature and stuff. You know how it is. And there's just there's a fucking desk here, man. Like, why would anybody put like a desk here?
Yeah, why would anyone put a desk here? Oh, shoot. Well, I'm glad to see you're doing alright. We're out actually, I'm gonna glance the shotgun. Kind of show them, I'm out here hunting a bear. Because there's been bear attacks recently. You may not be safe around here, Jeff.
He just looks at it and he's like, oh shit, man. That's, you got a new job? I didn't take you,
You
as
could
a
say
park
that.
ranger. Man. Shit. And he's like, he's like got like a half-burnt blunt in one hand. And he drops on the floor and like steps on it. He's like, oh,
No. Not that kind of job. Help yourself.
And he's just like, he just looks because he just like got rid of the rest of his blunt. And he's just like, fuck. And then he eats like another chip.
I'm like, I have an idea. Hold on, let me get my hunting party. Wait a second here. That's around the corner. I'm gonna go back to the guys. I'm like, all right, I got a friend around the corner. It's unexpected. Don't touch him. He's innocent. We've had this talk. Sandy, can I have one of your silverware?
Silverware.
Just something.
Okay, roll
here's
me
a
a
fork.
1d3. 1 it's a spoon, 2 it's a fork, 3 it's a knife. You know how to
Come
do a
on.
custom roll?
That's 2.
Yeah, so it's a fork.
Does Sandy give me the fork? Is the question.
Or does Sandy just walk up to Jeff and go him a fork?
Because he's not.
Well, I've like walked back around the corner.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna give you the fork.
I'm like, all right, awesome. Come with me. Just let me handle this. He's an old friend of mine. I would kill for this man. I don't know why he's here, but I don't want him in danger. So I'm gonna walk around. And I'm like, all right, Jeff. This is my hunting party. Acquaintances of mine. I'm just gonna be like, all right, this is Sandy. Just I'm gonna make up like random names. Be like, this is Bob, Sarah, and Jane kind of thing.
Yeah. Jeff sort of looks up from his now wasted blunt, slowly eating chips, and then he just sort of looks at you guys. He looks at you and there's like, hey, and he just waves.
I'm like,
Waves.
it's probably best if you get out of here. The bear that we're hunting is probably going to be active tonight.
He's like,
So,
oh shit, yeah, I should probably
you should probably get out of here. But here, look, You didn't get this from me, but this might get you something. I'm just gonna slide him this silver fork.
I actually got a question.
And he picks it up and goes, wait, that's where that fork went. Man, how did you get my fork?
I found it, man. I've been looking for it since it went missing for you. You know me. I got your
Ah,
back.
shit, you're so considerate, man.
Persuasion.
Yeah, well, manipulation plus thingy. No, don't worry about it. He's too stoned to realise that makes no sense.
I was gonna say it's only if he thinks I'm lying would he roll for it, right?
Yeah. No, he's too high to even notice. So he's just like, oh, thanks. And he like goes up and he gives you like a hug, and he just like walks past. And he's like just like sort of like sloppily like handshaking like and hugging all of you, and so it just like goes off, starts waddling down the mountain.
I'm gonna call
We-
Starbucks and be like, keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't encounter any, like, make sure he doesn't get lost. Keep looking out for anything dangerous for us.
Yeah.
And if you see a mouse or something, bring it back to me and I'll spice it up for you.
Yeah, Starbucks at that instantly goes and flies off.
You got cayenne pepper with you or something?
Yes.
Spicy
I like-
pepper.
The spiciest of seasonings, and I
The
point to like cutting my hand and like dripping it on the rat, like. As Jeff walks off as well, I kind of look at him with like yearning, be like, "That beautiful bastard."
Oh, I have so much random questions, but I'm just not gonna ask them.
All right, here's your table as well, and I look to Salim. I think this is the spot.
Yeah, Lucy said there'd be a message
True.
chute or tube or something.
Yeah.
Can anyone see it?
I'm gonna like step away from the table. I'm gonna like, be like, I'll keep a lookout. You do your thing, and I'm gonna just start like, not like doing a perimeter, but like just making sure I'm aware of the surroundings.
Yeah. So you get a lay of the land basically.
Yeah.
So basically the table it's like in a small what's it, a small clearing. There's basically like one layer of trees before you hit like the cliff, and then like around it it's pretty much thick from all but two sides. Like there's a lot of undergrowth and so on that make it quite hard to move, but quite easy to hide. And then there's like two clear like goat trails that one leading up here and one that leads further up the mountains.
No sign of how to pass a message on to them.
Oh,
I mean, he's doing a perimeter search, so he's just looking at the outside. Do you want to do a what? Let's say resolve plus investigation. Test your
Yeah.
patience.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
mainly on a lookout for a werewolf. Like that's what I'm looking for.
That's do I add
Auspex.
Can I
my?
assist?
You want me to add my Auspex?
Yeah, because
to
you're
that?
actively looking for something. Your senses help. So
I'd like to assist if
yeah,
that's
do you want to roll your
possible.
assist first? Yep.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, oops,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Don't even worry about the assist.
Okay.
Although that's
Oh.
a bestial failure. I don't even know why do people always get bestial failures on like things I have no idea how to translate
I
it.
think that's a bestial success.
A bestial
Yeah.
success. Sorry, it's the other one. Yeah, bestial
Yeah.
critical. If people always get like them on like a thing, I'm like, how do you get this
Because
on?
most of the time we're hungry.
Yeah. Let's say you find it. Obviously, you've got what bloody six successes. So you find it. How do you? You find it and you see it's like sort of under the desk, and as soon as you see it, you get like overly excited. What's your clan's compulsion? I'm just thinking of compulsions, maybe a good one.
My
to go.
clan's compulsion is empathy, and I
Okay,
don't
that
think
definitely applies.
that is something that would work here.
No.
Um,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you get overly excited and you sort of run up and you mean to just move the desk a little bit, but you just like sort of in your excitement you sort of
Break it.
just throw it
Yeah.
across and it just
Oh.
smashes through the trees and off the cliff. And you're sort of like, oh shit. And I guess everybody can hear this, like the sound of the desk literally getting smashed and flying over the cliff.
Oops.
I don't know why I did that. Shit. I found it though.
I think you owe them a table.
Yeah, I think I do.
How much desks have we wrecked in this campaign?
I think that's something. I guess you
Too
wrecked
many.
the keyboard.
Alright.
Yeah.
We smashed a
Oh
lot of
no! I
desks.
think you smashed up one in the first session when you killed that the drug lord, didn't you? Oh no, you had a scuffle in this room. I don't think you actually smashed the desk though.
We've destroyed a lot of desks.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so how does this thing work, storyteller?
I peek into it and shout, "Hello, hello, anyone there?"
Well,
There."
you're told to drop a message down the chute, and then they will somehow return a message to you one way or another.
So I'm gonna push Sandy back from shouting down it, and I'm gonna I don't know if I would have brought paper and a pen with me.
Oh, we do. We have Eldon's contact book. Remember, we use that as our paper notebook.
And you.
Can I just put a general note? After this, I'm bringing around just like a blank note and pen because we apparently just need a book.
I would have that on me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Last time you've already discussed this, that neither Salim nor Sandy carry around pen and paper. Eldon just conveniently had his contacts book on him, and Janesta always has spare paper and pens on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright,
it's
so-
the trivia, what you expect. I imagine, like, as you ask if anyone has pen or paper, you instantly just look at the Tremere. Go like, of course
Yeah.
they're going to.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Because if I've been taught anything, it's stereotypes about that particular clan.
Yes. You know all the stereotypes about that clan.
I say,
You know,
why do you all instinctively look at me?
Because you're the nerd.
What, just because I'm a Tremere, I'm a nerd and I always have pen and paper on me?
and
Yes.
This is where you go. This is where we go. Well, you're correct, but the stereotype hurts.
Exactly.
I've never been
Just
insulted by
because you're
something I
right
was
doesn't mean
with.
I'm not insulted.
You did just recite, I don't know how much werewolf lore on the way up here, so yes. I'm sorry, you are the stereotype.
Just because you're right doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to write a couple of things on my note. I'm gonna write what I know about the Tremere that are in the city, and that the sheriff has welcomed them, and that they said they were trying to figure out if this city was in Sabbat hands. And I'm also going to write a question. I'm gonna ask if any of the Nosferatu are missing, because we are assuming that one of the trees was probably the Gangrel Primogen, but we don't know the identity of the other one. And part of what Salim is thinking here is that maybe they are targeting those of us who are outside of the city, on the outskirts. Maybe that it's easier to target them in some way.
Yep.
How
Okay.
much of that are you gonna write down?
You know what? Yeah, I think I would write all of it, because I don't think I'd write how many trees we know there are so far, but I think I would give my reasoning as to why I want to know if there are any of them missing, because Salim would think they deserve to know, I think.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you drop the message down the chute, and obviously you said they said you'd get a message somehow, but you don't know how that message will come. So what are you guys going to do in the meantime while you wait for the return message?
Can we hunt for animals?
You could hunt for animals, yes.
Read.
I don't. Would there be animal kin or would there be something else? Animal kin.
Our survival.
I really love the idea of Janesta just like sitting down on the forest floor, whipping out a flashlight that she didn't actually use when we were walking up here just to read.
Gotta save the
love that.
batteries, yo. Gotta save those batteries for the important shit.
Yeah. Okay,
Reading like a nerd.
I think survival plus find it's a resolve maybe.
Oh man, it's gonna be some bad rolls, guys. I don't know what.
I think no resolve actually.
Oh, storyteller, can I retroactively add one thing to the Nosferatu note?
Sure, you
Just
make a second note.
Just P.S. I owe you a desk. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You drop a second note down. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
It's gonna be some bad rolls. So resolve plus survival, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the messiest of everything, guys. Yeah.
With
Yeah.
only hunger dice.
Oh, and you got one of them's a 1, so you bestial failed.
Oh,
Do you want to give me a frenzy check, please?
why do I always go on frenzies?
Because it's funny.
I don't know, Kit, but you managed to do it consistently.
It's
To
the
be honest,
same
it's
way
gotta be
I
frenzy. Sorry.
It's the same way that I consistently, when I have a lot of dice, tend to not roll well.
Okay, yeah, you pass. And you start walking around, and you start getting really, really pissed off that you can't find anything to eat. And your what was your clan compulsion again? It's like
Compulsion or bane?
the compulsion.
Because not all clans have a compulsion.
Really? I thought they
Gangrel
did.
definitely doesn't.
I think the No, I think they do. Hang on,
Well,
I
eventually they all do, yeah.
yeah. Let me just check because I do have it somewhere.
Toreador Bane is under the Bane effect compulsion, isn't it? Or is it in the? No, it's in the. It's in the. It's right. It's in the. I think it is its own section, all the compulsions, because, God, this book is organised poorly.
So the compulsion, I found it. The compulsion for Toreadors is obsession, and it says, enraptured by beauty, the vampire becomes temporarily obsessed with a singular gorgeous thing, able to think of nothing else.
Damn it! I'm
Where
staring.
is that in the core rulebook?
It's its
I
own.
don't know where it is in the core
It's on
rulebook. I found it
page
on the World of Darkness website.
208 has the compulsions. And
Okay, it's a
Toreador.
different part than the discipline than the actual descriptions.
Why would it?
Yeah.
Why would they do it in a sensible place?
So it's clan compulsions, Bruja, rebellion, gangrel, feral impulses, Malkavian's delusion, Nosferatu, cryptophilia,
Here you go,
Toreador
yeah.
obsession, Tremere perfectionism, ventral arrogance. Yeah, so that doesn't work. So actually no, that does work. You get really annoyed that you can't find anything to eat. But as you're walking along, you see a particularly interesting mark on the ground, and you just sort of get hung up staring at this. Well, it's obviously a footprint, but it's a very strange footprint, and you just sort of staring at it. And it's your compulsions triggered, so you're obsessed with just staring at this footprint on the ground.
Such a weird footprint. Gotta stare at it.
Yep. So that's basically what you're doing until somebody comes along and goes like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You guys can see Sandy through the trees, just staring down at the ground. Obviously, you don't know what he's doing, but you guys can all see it.
I was gonna say it's a Torador thing for me, so I'm probably just going to ignore him.
Yeah.
I want to go up and poke him.
Yeah.
Just poke
you
him.
go up and you literally just start poking him, and he doesn't respond. He's just so
Oh.
enraptured by what he's looking at.
I start mumbling about measurement.
Golden ratio starts coming out. You start like listing off the numbers.
No. The shapes. They touch each other. They must mean
Does he do
something.
this often?
So what did you say? I didn't hear what you said, Jackie.
Does he do this often?
Surprisingly, this
Because
is the second time you guys see me do this.
Yeah, it's the second time. Last time
Yeah.
was the car.
not often, but it's becoming more frequent. What's he looking at? I'm gonna wander over and look down to see what he's checking out.
You definitely see a very strange footprint.
Is it like? Yeah. So what's the roll?
So it would be to identify it. Ooh, occult plus. Occult plus.
Intelligence.
Yeah, it's got intelligence, sure. Oosh.
Oh, 2 successes.
2 successes. You're still sitting there, and you're like, you're sitting there, and it's just like, you have sort of the same feeling of like, you can sort of see why he's intrigued by it. Like, this is almost like if dinosaurs were still around, this is what their footprint would sort of look like, and that's really weird.
I'm gonna call over Janister. I'm like, hey, Janister, you want to see something cool?
Oh, I'm always down to something cool.
Tell me, do you know
Okay,
what this is? Because looks like a dinosaur to me. I'm gonna point at the footprint,
Yeah.
and then at the same time, I'm gonna like lean over and just like click my fingers in front of Sandy and be like, wait, snap out of it.
Yeah.
I slap away fingers.
He's still really enamored by it until he fully breaks sight of it. He's going to be enamored by it. So you guys don't know that though. So yeah. Anyway, you go up and you're like, you have a both a bad feeling and a really a big feeling of like you have like this feeling that this is something really dangerous, but you're also like, oh my god, I want to see this at the same time, but you're like, you can't quite put your finger on it. You know it is something mythological, yeah, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
It's definitely something mythological. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I do know 2 things. It's very dangerous, and I need to see it now.
All right, I'm gonna like
Healthy attitude.
call for Starbucks.
Yeah. You like let out a very loud whistle, and after like 15 or so minutes, Starbucks comes back.
And be like, first of all, did Jeff get out of the forest safely?
Yeah.
The person that I told you to follow.
Starbucks sort of starts sort of like flies up and sort of signals like over the cliff, and it's just like flying over sort of where the car park would roughly be.
Okay, that's good enough. Now, oh wait, first of all, can we make a check to see if we can see if there's any other tracks?
Yes, that would probably be a let's go investigation plus resolve.
Investigation
or
resolve.
survival plus resolve as well. That would work too.
Survival? Where's survival?
Can I help out?
I got survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably you can assist.
Yeah.
I got a 5 points pull on this.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Does that add a modifier or just to his or?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just a regular.
Macy success.
Yeah, you walk around, you find another partial footprint like this, which is sort of heading, not like directly off the like the cliff towards where the desk used to be, but it is like heading off the cliff in a different direction.
Okay. I'm like, well, there's another one. Whatever it was headed this way. Starbucks. We want to find what made these prints. I'm gonna like really specifically go. We want to find whatever made this footprint. It's going to be, I'm guessing, pretty big, just judging from the size of the footprint.
Yep.
So don't get too close to it, but fly ahead that direction. And if you see anything, come back and find me. And stay a safe distance away from it.
Can I study the second footprint that we found to
Yes.
try and get another go at it?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Ooh, okay.
Slightly better.
That's one more.
Yeah. Yeah, you start saying that and you're like, how did it not come to you before? It's literally a goddamn dragon.
Ooh,
Oh!
dragon!
I'm sorry, a what?
A dragon! You know, big, scaly lizard wings, usually. Well, it all depends on the region you're on. And I start going on a
Well, no, shh, quiet. I'm
Those
not dealing with a
exist?
dragon.
Those exist.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm like, alright,
Yeah.
don't
Changeling-
talk about the dragon.
Yeah, changeling.
Answer some simple questions. Do dragons not like us? I have no idea. I have no information on dragons. Will they kill vampires on sight? I'm asking Janista.
I want to say something,
roll
but
for it.
dang it.
Yeah, sure. Occult plus intelligence again. Or yeah.
That's pretty much the only thing I roll.
Yeah.
Nerd, roll. Bruh. Tell me everything.
Okay.
Where's the wiki page?
Basically, okay. So there's not really any known, or not at least not known. Well, there's not too many known, but you know of at least one occasion where a vampire hunted a dragon down and ate them. Apart from that, what you know is they also have interactions with changelings rather than anything else. They very, very much connected to what's called the dreaming, which is one of the very many spirit realms, which is where the changelings originate from, and sometimes some of the more fanciful creatures do find their way into our world, and obviously this is one such equation. You don't know if it will be leaving back to the dreaming or if it's still here or whatnot, but more or less you probably don't want to be here when it comes back. Hard to know when that will be though.
Oh my gosh. That was such a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
No.
What are you going to say?
No.
Say it.
Okay, I was gonna say,
You want to see the
since I'm hungry, can I roll seduce?
roll seduce the dragon? That's not gonna...
He wants to seduce the dragon.
What are you, a bard now?
You can't even see the dragon. You see its footprints.
I know, so I can't say it because I'm not aware of the conversation.
Oh yeah, you're still standing at the original footprint going, ooh, the measurements, the shapes.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I do not want to dick around with a dragon. I'm immediately going to call back Starbucks.
Yeah. Starbucks comes back.
And I'm going to write, after I call Starbucks, I'm just going to write a little note on a piece of paper. I'm like, found dragon footprints. We should leave. And dash, Elven.
I think I'm gonna write a note of this and drop it down the Nosferatu's chute as well.
Yeah.
There be a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
as you're doing.
By the way, the Tremere says you have dragon footprints. You might want to look into that.
Yeah. You put that down and then you hear somebody clicking their tongue behind you.
I realize if this is just a defense mechanism.
Yeah, fake footprints. Sorry, someone heard clicking behind them.
Yep, Selene does.
I'm gonna turn around. I'm
there's a
assuming I
note-
don't see anything.
No, you don't see anything, but there's a note pinned to a tree.
Okay. I will take that. What does it say?
It says, "Thank you so much for your information. Right now there are 3 of our members missing. We have let's find a man by the name of Lance Olson, Owen, and and then a woman. Let's say the third one's a woman named Annabeth."
So Lance, Owen, and Annabeth.
Yeah.
Did Lance have a surname?
Not that. Yeah, I gave one of them surname, but I don't have surname for the other ones. Let's say Lance is Romano, and let's say Lance and Annabeth were married, and they're both Romanos.
Aw,
Okay.
Oh,
cute.
yeah, there we go.
Okay.
And what was Owen's surname?
Romano, wasn't it?
Oh.
No, sorry,
No,
Lance wasn't.
No.
No, Owen has a last name, didn't he? I'm trying to find. Hang on. No, I didn't give Owen last name either. No, Lance was Lance
That's okay.
Olsen. That's right. And then Owen and Annabeth will be Romano. Is their last name?
So Lance Olson,
Yep.
and then Owen and Annabeth Romano.
Yes.
Okay.
So they.
So I'm going to share that with the others, and
Yeah.
I am
And
because
there's
I didn't
also
actually.
there's also times that dates that they went missing. So Owen,
Excellent.
Lance Olsen went missing close to a month and a half ago, and then Owen and Annabeth went missing at the same time, only around 4 days ago.
Okay. So I am gonna relay that to the others, and because I didn't actually explain to them why I wanted to come up and see the Nosferatu, I'm gonna say, well, we know the Gangrel Primogen was missing. We don't know who the other 3s were. I figured the Bahari might be targeting the people who are up in the mountains away from the city. Maybe it's easier for them to get to the people up here, to the vampires up here somehow. And apparently there are 3 Nosferatu missing.
Excellent. Missing Nosferatu and a dragon. Well, we should leave.
Yeah,
And
you're like obviously you've been standing by the clearing, so them randomly mentioning a dragon's probably like a what to you, what situation? Or were you? Did you come over? I'm pretty sure you were still in the clearing, weren't you?
I was, but I did go over to sort of nudge Sandy, so I think I probably heard that conversation because we kind of collected around Sandy at one
Yeah,
point.
you went
enough.
back to the table to say, "Hey, you've got a dragon on. Look at that."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did. Yeah, so yeah, I was still standing by this footprint, but what are you guys gonna do for?
I'm sending a note on Starbucks. I'm going to say, like, go find Sandy or Lucy.
Yeah.
And explain where Lucy would be from where she would have driven off towards.
Yeah.
And on the note, I'm going to say, meet back at the car park, kind of thing.
All right.
And cross my fingers that she gets there as well.
Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, and we're going to end the session there. And I hope anybody who actually watched this enjoyed it and does all the stuff that everybody always says to do at the end of one of these. And yeah, I think from the future, I'm probably not going to stream it. I'm just going to go straight into recording because that uses less bandwidth. So, yeah. All right, laters.